Good evening. This is Bob Clark welcoming you to CINEKYD and the wonderful world of CINEKYD Theater. Join me now as we take a peek at some of the action that you'll be seeing on tonight's show.
Coast Guard Bulletin number 374, 26 October 1978, 1600 Zulu. To all stations. American liner SS Neptune, now 18 hours overdue. Last reported position, 250 miles off the coast of South Carolina. Routine radio communication suddenly lost with no distress signal. Early search efforts unsuccessful. No sign of ship or survivors. Search area being expanded to entire Bermuda Triangle area. End message.
We had no idea what had happened to us, but it was like nothing we had ever experienced before. A violent force had gripped the Neptune, twisting and shaking, throwing the crew and passengers about. When the shaking stopped, we found the ship totally disabled. All of our instruments were damaged beyond any possible use. We were unable to send for help or even determine our location, although we all knew our position had been...
Graphic. And Delta 3.
Welcome again. This is Bob Clark, and I am pleased that you would share part of your evening with the kids of CINEKYD. Tonight we're going to start a brand new film serialization, a motion picture made by our young people, a couple years ago. It wasn't a very, very big effort, but it involved a lot of our youngsters, and if it does anything, it'll probably show you just how far we've come in our few years at 129 Turwood Road in Willow Grove, Pennsylvania. But before we get into that, let's take our customary weekly visit behind the scenes. And on this Wednesday taping, you'll see several projects in the works. First, our boys and girls continue to prepare for this series as we tape some of the highlights of the 7 Keys, our serialization, our soap opera, our dramatic effort. Also, you'll be watching some of our young people in training behind the scenes as they study to become disc jockeys. Other boys and girls are working in advanced acting classes, developing all kinds of expression and their own projection on the screen for this summer's big film. And, of course, you'll see the rehearsals for our weekly radio show. All of these taped highlights were captured on a typical Wednesday night here at CINEKYD. Our first visit downstairs in the Gordon Audion, where the young people of CINEKYD are working on their weekly FM radio series. This requires a combination of many talents: acting, sound effects, music, all things being brought together at the right speed, at the right time, to contribute to the creation of an effective radio drama. And as some of you may be aware, our programs are very similar to those of the late 30s, 40s, and early 50s, when radio itself was enjoying its golden age. It's a mixture of drama with sound effects and stories, well, faintly reminiscent of the kinds of things that one would have listened to in 1948, 1949, 1950, perhaps. For most of our boys and girls, an era well before they were born. Upstairs, the young people prepare for the taping of the 7 Keys. Each week, we take you to London at the turn of the century. And this is no mean feat. I want to tell you that our boys and girls go to school each and every day, and their efforts in terms of rehearsing, building sets, and getting ready for this weekly drama occur afternoons and evenings. They're not full-time television personalities or full-time TV technicians. And what you see is the result of an awful lot of extra time and effort that they invest in these weekly productions. in an effort to provide you with both entertainment and more than a little bit of television drama. We're pleased and very proud with their efforts. Remember that since September of 1980, once a week, they have created a program for Comcast Cablevision, and we have continually provided you with different chapters of the story, The Seven Keys, and in just a few short weeks, we'll be bringing the mystery to a conclusion, and you can see the rehearsal as it takes place in our second-floor studio.
We're all in this together.
A number of our young people have also expressed an interest in the world of music. As a matter of fact, some of them look forward to careers as disc jockeys or radio personalities. To meet that need, one of our graduate assistants works very, very carefully with some of the young people who have expressed such a desire. Now they have to learn to program their own material, to develop ad-lib commentary, and then to be able as well to read prepared script. As we all know, radio includes a great deal of advertising, news, bulletins, things of that nature. And our young people have to be able to handle the technology of getting the records on and off the air and being able to rise to the occasion if they are called upon to ad-lib with just a few minutes' notice.
I thought it was so slow. When it gets too slow, it gets kind of boring.
Okay, now. Finally, we're getting for the summertime. This summer we'll be producing a spectacular motion picture, faintly reminiscent of King Kong. The big film is called Gargantua, the Ninth Wonder of the World. And the young people will have to be able to create a variety of characterizations to make the viewers believe that they are the people in the film, and not just merely a bunch of kids wearing costumes. We take the acting very, very seriously and try to work with small groups of young people studying various versions and interpretations of pre-written script material. And what you see here is a moderate-sized group of our junior and senior high students at work attempting to improve their abilities as actors and actresses.
I think that it was slow. I mean, and sometimes, like, if you're slow...
The background tapes themselves are produced by CINEKYD students. And if we've succeeded in presenting you with more than a little bit of background information, then of course you're ready for tonight's chapter of The Seven Keys. As we're well aware, one of the Breakstone sisters is in fact in cahoots with Professor Moriarty. We still don't know the whole secret of the Seven Keys, nor are we aware of why so many people are concerned about the health of Dr. Watson. Let's watch an edition of The Seven Keys.
I so much appreciate your accompanying me today, Carl.
Oh, no problem at all, Miss Kirby.
Oh, but it is. I realize it is your day off, but there will be something extra in your paycheck this week.
Oh, thank you, Miss Kirby, but I had nothing planned. By the way, who are we meeting here?
Oh, I am to meet with a Miss Victoria Breakstone.
I'm sorry I'm late, but I was in the greenhouse taking care of my plants. You know, there's so much to do each day, watering them, and one of the begonias is sick.
100,000 pounds.
Oh yes, our business deal.
Could you give me information upon the whereabouts of my brother, Dylan?
I need the money first.
Miss Breakstone, the deal was that I see my brother in good health before you receive payment.
Your brother isn't here right now. I need the money before I can give you his location.
I am sorry, Miss Breakstone. That is not what we had agreed upon. I see my brother before you get the money.
I'm sorry there was some misunderstanding in our business deal, but I have ways of keeping you here that you might not like.
We will get out of here safely.
Well, what do you know? She had a gun. That only makes matters worse. Not only do we have the little boy to worry about, but the old man as well. You mean Dr. Watson? Yes. He's being discharged from the hospital, Tom. We've got to get to him before he remembers. We're all in this together. And you know what we must do.
Watson, everyone. Socrates?
Yes, but Holmes. I still don't remember.
It's all right, old Watson, back to Lestrade. Dr. Watson and I appreciate you hurrying things along here at the hospital. No problem. Always glad to help my friends. Let's go, old chum. Holmes! Watson! Are you all right?
Holmes, were you and I ever in a warehouse together? Late one night?
Yes. Can you recollect anything else?
There's you. And it was dark. And I moved away to check something out. There was somebody else. Can't remember who.
It's all right, old chum.
For a second. Only a second, I remembered back at the warehouse.
Don't worry. You'll have plenty of time to remember. Let's go, old chum.
But what will I remember?
And now for something completely different. During the next 3 weeks, we're going to present you with an opportunity to see a rare CINEKYD film. This particular production goes back to 1979, 1980. It's a motion picture made by quite a number of our young people. What was so interesting is the fact that these groups rehearsed the different sequences without knowing what the other youngsters were doing. At the end of the projects, several months of editing were involved in piecing together the different elements and creating a story which we called the Neptune disaster. I think it speaks for itself, but bear in mind that this is early CINEKYD, and I think you'll agree we've come a long way since then. Here is Chapter 1 of the Neptune disaster.
Your attention, please. The SS Neptune will be boarding in 5 minutes. Bulletin number 374, 26 October 1978, 1600 Zulu. To all stations, now overdue. Last reported position, 250 miles off the coast of South Carolina. Routine radio communication suddenly lost with no distress signal. Early search efforts unsuccessful. No sign of ship or survivors. Search area being expanded to entire Bermuda Triangle area. End message.
We had no idea what had happened to us, but it was like nothing we had ever experienced before. A violent force had gripped the Neptune, twisting and shaking, throwing the crew and passengers about. When the shaking stopped, we found the ship totally disabled. All of our instruments were damaged beyond any possible use. We were unable to send for help or even determine our location, although we all knew our position had been violently and mysteriously changed. We were just off the coast of an island, and there had been no island within 200 miles of our last known position. The captain ordered the crew and the passengers in the lifeboats and take them to the island. He felt the ship was not safe and in a dangerous condition. While we were on the way, however, the boats were separated in the darkness and landed in different parts of the island. As first officer, I decided that we should try to find the captain. His expertise in survival training would mean the difference between life and death for all of us.
Landed on the island, we were really exhausted. We slept soundly for the rest of the night and woke up at dawn. It was then we realized my friend Steve was really sick. Find help for him right away. After all, he was my best friend. All the others had tried to remind me that it was unsafe to run off alone. They said I could get lost or run into some unknown danger. But, well, I guess I kind of panicked.
When Jimmy fell into that hole, I didn't know what we were going to do. Our boat got lost that night, and now we were alone. We couldn't find our parents, the stewards, anybody. We just had to find a way to help Jimmy.
Scared. I guess deep down inside we all were. That mysterious shipwreck, the emergency evacuation of the ship, being separated from the others. We were in trouble and I knew it. I had to stay calm. But some people just didn't seem to realize how bad the situation was. Those kids were something else. There we were in real danger, and they acted like it was a Sunday picnic. Was suddenly taken ill. It was bad, real bad. I knew we would have to get help for it, but I also knew whoever went for help could be in very great danger.
If it hadn't been for that little brat, we wouldn't have been in trouble. Just after we landed, she was fooling around with the boat and let it float away with our supplies. In the morning, we realized our boat was gone. And of course, she said she didn't know how it could have happened. We decided to look for food and fresh water right away. I asked the little brat to help, but she said her father was the captain and she didn't have to do anything. And her mother almost let her get away with it. Finally, we got organized and began to search the area.
Of the swimming team. On the way to the island, our boat tipped over and we had to swim to shore. We were all very tired, and we slept till morning. When we woke up, we found that Sally was in pain. She had been pushed onto some rocks by a wave that night. We all thought she was okay then, but she had really been hurt. Upset. Our coach had been in another boat, and we didn't know where she was. There was no one with us that could help Sally. I realized soon that we needed help, right away.
I really shouldn't have gotten angry with her. After all, she was used to the luxurious life of a Hollywood star. And here we were, shipwrecked on an island with no food or water. But she was becoming hysterical, and that was no help to anyone. I guess that was no reason to slap her, though. fellows with us had been looking for food and water. They were members of the Future Scientists of America, but they had no idea where or how to find food supplies. I guess I got a little angry with them, too. Then Mary came running up. She had gone to get the last of our supplies from the boat. She was nearly in a panic. She said the boat was gone. I told her that was impossible, but she insisted, so we all went to investigate.
In weeks to come, we'll present 2 more exciting chapters of the Neptune disaster. And I'd like to again extend an invitation to any youngster between the ages of 7 and 18 years of age to become a part of our organization. Especially now with summer upon us, we have 2 exciting programs. Camp CINEKYD for youngsters in grades 3 through 6. An exceptional day camp experience that runs for about 6 weeks during the summer of 1980, and at a price that I think you'll find unbeatable. For young people in grades 7 through 12, the exciting film shops where Gargantua, the 9th wonder of the world, will be created this summer. Now, if this sounds interesting, I want you to give our offices a call, find both programs, and we welcome new participants. No experience is necessary. And as always, you know, every Saturday night there's family movie night at the CINEKYD campus. Bring the kids out. You never have to be embarrassed about any of the films that we show. Until next week, same time, same station, this is Bob Clark saying good night and God bless.